There are storms that happen outside you and storms that happen inside you. But the worst ones are the storms you never notice until you are already drowning. The storms built from saying yes when you meant no. The storms born from selling yourself for too little, from accepting scraps of attention, from letting people take what they never earned. You don't realize how low your price has become until you look at your life and see it sinking slowly, silently beneath waves you no longer have the strength to resist. That is the hook of your night. You have been cheap with yourself, cheap with your time, cheap with your presence, cheap with your worth. And now you stand inside a sinking structure, swallowed by a storm that feels frighteningly familiar. The metal walls groan like injured beasts. Water seeps through the corners in trembling lines. The whole structure, once massive, once towering, once invincible, leans at an impossible angle, half submerged in an ocean whipped into madness. Waves crash against the outer hull with such force that the steel vibrates under your feet. Lightning flashes through cracks in the ceiling, illuminating the dripping corridors and electric wounds of white-blue light. This entire place is a metaphor for your life when you sell yourself too cheaply. You tilt, you sink, you groan under the pressure of living for others. And Caleb is already there. He stands near a shattered window frame where seawater sprays inward with every wave. The wind tears through the broken metal, leaving a mournful whistle that echoes through the entire chamber. Caleb's coat is soaked, plastered to his skin, but he doesn't move away from the opening. His eyes follow the furious horizon outside, where lightning splits the sky in jagged veins. He doesn't introduce himself, he never does. He simply exists, like a reminder your mind buried, and the storm is dragged back into view. You walk deeper into the slanted corridor, feeling the tilt of the floor pulling you sideways. Your hand brushes a rusted railing for balance. The metal is cold, almost hostile. The structure shakes again, this time violently, and a section of ceiling collapses behind you, sending a roar of debris crashing into the flooded floor. You flinch. Caleb doesn't. He looks at you finally, his face half lit by the intermittent lightning. "You gave too much," he says. "That is why everything is sinking." His voice is calm, the kind of calm that feels like truth rather than comfort. You do not argue. The storm outside answers for you. A deep, guttural rumble rolls through the structure as another wave hammers the hull. Water rushes in from a broken seam near the floor, spreading in a widening pool that reflects the chaotic sky. The structure shifts lower, tilts further. You feel gravity tugging at your weight, urging you downward toward the flooding corridor. Caleb steps closer. "This place," he says, "was built from every moment you gave away freely. Every hour you handed to someone who didn't value it. Every day you surrendered because you didn't know your own price." He places his palm on the wall. The metal thrums beneath his touch, as if the structure recognizes the truth in his words. "You treated time as if it were worthless," he continues, "but it was the only thing you owned." The storm bellows outside, a sound so primal it shakes dust loose from the ceiling's bones. You step toward Caleb, steadying yourself against the pull of the sinking angle. Water rises around your ankles, now cold, dark, and insistent. The salt burns your skin. Every step feels like wading into a memory of someone who took more from you than they should have. Caleb turns and begins walking down the corridor, moving deeper into the submerged structure. You follow him because the alternative, standing still and watching yourself drown, is no longer tolerable. The deeper you go, the colder it gets. The lower decks are flooded in swirling dark water. Objects drift past your legs, a torn piece of fabric, a broken crate, a metal chair that floats before sinking into the gloom. Each object feels symbolic, a memory of something you lost cheaply, your dignity, your boundaries, your promise to yourself. Caleb reaches a doorway where the water rises up to his knees. The frame is twisted, bent inward by the pressure of the ocean outside. He steps through without hesitation, forcing his body through the narrow gap. Water pours over his waist as he enters the next chamber. You slip after him. Lightning flashes again, this time illuminating a massive hall inside the structure. The ceiling is collapsing in slow motion. Metal beams hang loose like ribs torn from a massive carcass. Water cascades from ruptures in the hull, coming down in thick sheets that slap the floor with merciless repetition. This hall represents your value or what's left of it. Caleb walks to the center of the room, where the floor dips toward a deeper pocket of water. He looks at the place where the structure is sinking fastest. "This is where you sold yourself," he says. "Not in one moment, but in thousands of small ones." Your stomach tightens, because you know he's right. You sold your time to people who treated you as an afterthought. You sold your effort to those who gave nothing in return. You sold your patience to people who fed on your willingness. You sold your silence, your energy, your presence, all for approval, comfort, belonging, illusion. Seneca whispers inside you, "Do not sell yourself for a price too low." Caleb kneels and places his hand into the rising water. Ripples expand outward, merging with the violent tremors of the storm. "Every person who undervalued you," he says, "bargained with the price you agreed to." You close your eyes, because that truth is heavier than the storm outside. Caleb stands. The structure lurches beneath your feet as a colossal wave hits the hull, forcing the entire room to tilt another few degrees downward. You grab onto a hanging beam before the floor slides out from under you. Water surges. Wind howls through broken vents. Metal screams like something alive. "This storm is not here to kill you," Caleb says, raising his voice over the roar. "It is here to show you that the version of you who accepted too little must drown." Another deafening crack splits the far wall. Seawater pours in, flooding the lower half of the hull. The structure is sinking faster now. Caleb motions toward the far end of the room, where a staircase rises at a sharp angle, the only path upward. "You can't stay here," he says. "Not if you want to live. Not if you want to be worth more than scraps." You hesitate, because leaving this hall feels like abandoning everything you gave away. But Caleb looks at you with a clarity that cuts through the storm like lightning. You cannot rebuild your worth in the place where you lost it. He turns toward the staircase. The water climbs your calves. The floor trembles. Another beam snaps free and crashes into the flood with a thunderous splash. You follow Caleb up the stairs. The storm intensifies. The structure groans, and the version of you who sold yourself for too little begins to sink into the depths behind you. The staircase groans under your weight as you climb. Each step feels steeper than the one before, as if the structure itself is resisting you, pulling you backward into the life where you accepted far less than you deserved. The storm presses against the outer hull, pushing enormous pressure into the metal bones of the building. Water seeps through cracks in the stairwell, forming quick streams that snake down the steps. You grip the railing as another violent lurch sends the entire structure swaying. For a moment, gravity shifts sideways and you nearly lose your footing. Caleb steadies himself effortlessly, one hand resting lightly on the wall. He moves with a grace that contradicts the chaos, as though he understands that storms only feel violent when you don't know your worth. He turns his head slightly, his voice low but sharp enough to cut through the thunder. "You climbed these stairs many times," he says. "Every time you tried to rise above the version of yourself who sold your time cheaply." He ascends another step. Lightning flashes through a broken porthole, slicing his shadow across the flooded wall. "But every time you reach this level," he continues, "you walked back down for someone else." You know exactly what he means. You softened yourself, shrank your desires, lowered your standards, adjusted your pace to match people who never intended to walk with you. You gave away pieces of your life for attention, for love, for approval, for belonging. You kept returning to the lower floors of yourself, the ones drowning in water, because you thought that was the only place where people would stay with you. Caleb reaches the landing and steps into the next chamber. You follow him, water dripping from your clothes, your breath trembling in the cold. This chamber is narrower, dimly lit by flickers of broken electrical conduits that pulse like heartbeats. The walls creak, the air smells of rust, salt, and old failures. The floor is tilted upward, making every step feel like a climb inside your own regrets. Caleb moves to a large circular window. The glass is cracked in several places. Outside, waves rise like monstrous black towers, slamming against the hull in explosive bursts. The lightning illuminates the ocean briefly, revealing the full magnitude of the storm, an endless field of churning darkness. Caleb speaks quietly. This storm is every person who demanded more than what you owed them. Another wave crashes against the hull. The sound is so deep it vibrates through your ribs. "You didn't even realize you were giving yourself away," he says. But they knew. They always know when someone undervalues themselves. You swallow hard as the window shakes under the force of the sea. "People treat you," Caleb says, turning to you, "based on the price you set." The chamber shudders as the structure tilts again. A loud metallic snap echoes from somewhere deep inside the ship, followed by a long, sickening groan. You brace yourself. Caleb remains still. His presence is carved out of the storm, as if he belongs to it. "You believed kindness was the same as availability," he says. "You believed worth was something you had to earn." A loose chain swings violently from the ceiling, striking the wall with each shift of the structure. "And because you believed you were cheap," Caleb whispers, "you were sold cheaply." The words hit harder than the storm. He walks toward a doorway at the far end of the chamber. The door is twisted, half torn from its hinges, but Caleb pushes through with little effort. You follow into a long corridor where water rushes along the floor like a shallow river. Overhead lights flicker sporadically, casting fragmented shadows that stretch and collapse with every spark. The floor slopes so sharply that you must lean forward to keep your balance. This corridor feels like the stretch of your life where you gave years to the wrong people. Every light that flickers represents someone who dimmed you. Every shadow that distorts your shape is a version of you that bent yourself to fit someone else's desires. At the end of the corridor, Caleb stops. A thick steel door blocks the path ahead. Deep dents mark its surface, as if waves or people have pounded against it for years. This door, Caleb says, holds everything you traded yourself for. You stare at it. You don't need him to explain. Behind this door lies the truth of your bargains, the versions of yourself you abandoned to be liked, the goals you postponed to please others, the boundaries you erased to avoid conflict, the time you gave without asking anything in return, the dreams you placed on a shelf because someone else said they weren't important. Caleb rests his hand on the door. The metal shifts slightly, groaning from deep within. You gave others access to parts of you they never earned, he says. You let them walk freely into your life, while you stayed outside your own worth. The structure shakes violently. Water bursts through the ceiling in a sudden torrent, cascading down Caleb's shoulders, soaking you to the bone. The lights blow out with a sharp crack, plunging the corridor into darkness. Only distant lightning illuminates the scene in quick, brutal flashes. Caleb speaks again, his voice echoing inside the steel chamber. Seneca said, "Let no one steal a day from you without repayment." Another boom of thunder. But you gave entire seasons for free. Lightning crashes. The steel door splits down the middle. A blinding rush of water explodes from the room beyond, slamming into you with such force that it nearly sweeps you off your feet. Caleb grabs your wrist. "Hold on," he commands. The floodwater roars past you, carrying debris, shattered objects, pieces of your past, fragments of moments you gave away too cheaply. The corridor fills rapidly. The water climbs from your knees to your thighs, dragging at your weight, pulling you downward to tilt of this sinking structure. Caleb's grip tightens. "Do you understand what happens," he says, "when you sell yourself too low? You choke on salt water as the current tries to drag you under. You drown," he answers for you. With a sudden surge of strength, Caleb pulls you into the room beyond the broken door. You stumble through the rushing water, slipping but not falling. The moment you cross the threshold, the current weakens, as if the storm cannot reach this chamber fully. You stand inside a vast room filled with remnants of your past bargains. Empty shelves, broken tools, faded objects, signs of everything you once offered to people who did not treat you as valuable. Caleb releases your wrist. "This is the cost," he says. "This emptiness." The structure shudders again. You feel the entire building sinking lower into the sea. "This room represents the parts of yourself you traded," Caleb says. "The parts you must reclaim if you want to survive." You look around. You feel something inside you shift. A slow, heavy recognition. You realize you have spent years undervaluing yourself, years bending, years accepting less, years believing you were unworthy of anything more. The storm outside screams, ripping the world apart. And inside this sinking structure, Caleb steps toward a staircase leading upward toward the highest deck. It's time to rise, he says. You follow him. The storm intensifies. The structure sinks faster, and the old version of you is dragged deeper into the ocean with every step you leave behind. The staircase groans as you climb to the upper deck, the last remaining height in a structure that is being devoured by the sea. Every step is a battle against gravity, the tilt more extreme than before, the storm outside slamming its full weight against the hull. The air grows colder. The metal around you tightens and shrinks, protesting with long spine-like cracks. Caleb climbs ahead of you, steady despite the incline. His hand glides along the railing as if he knows the structure personally, as if he knows what it means to be pulled under by forces you once called love, loyalty, responsibility. His silhouette flickers in the pulse of lightning that cuts through the deepening shadows. You reach the final hatch, a circular door twisted out of shape by the pressure of the storm. Caleb forces it open with both hands. Rain explodes inward, crashing against your face like icy shards. You step onto the top deck. The world is chaos. The sky is a fractured battlefield of lightning veins. The ocean is a monstrous lung breathing in and out with violent rhythm. The wind screams through the exposed steel beams. The entire structure tilts dangerously, groaning under the weight of your past. You stand at the very top of your sinking life, and for the first time you see clearly what brought you here. Not weakness, not fate, not bad luck, but the slow, quiet, undramatic act of undervaluing yourself again and again and again. Caleb moves toward the edge of the tilted deck, where a massive tear in the hull reveals the infinite darkness of the sea below. He stands on the threshold of collapse, the storm lifting his coat, lightning carving brief silver outlines around him. He turns toward you, and his voice cuts through the storm with almost unnatural clarity. You sold yourself for too little, he says, and the world paid exactly that price. Another wave slams into the structure, lifting the deck several inches before dropping it violently. You fall to your knees, gripping a bent steel beam. Water rushes across the deck, soaking your hands, your clothes, your bones. You wanted to be chosen, Caleb continues, so you let others choose the price. The deck shifts again. Lightning splits the sky. Thunder cracks open the air. You wanted to be loved, he says, so you offered discounts. Your breath trembles. You wanted to be accepted, he says, so you lowered your worth. The storm grows louder, angrier, as if the sky itself is reacting to the truths he speaks. And then Caleb kneels beside you, his voice softer now. You believed that giving more would make others value you, but all it did was teach them that your time was cheap. A long metallic scream erupts from inside the structure, the unmistakable sound of a massive internal support collapsing. The deck drops several degrees. You slide toward the edge without meaning to, grabbing the railing at the last second. Below you, the sea opens its dark mouth, ready to swallow everything you used to be. Caleb reaches out his hand, not to save you, to ask you a question. Do you know your price now? The wind pulls at your hair. The rain hits your face in sharp, stinging patterns. The world is falling apart around you, but something inside you remains still, unmoving, anchored. You rise not easily. but deliberately, your body shaking from cold and realization. You look at the storm. You look at the sinking structure. You look at the abyss below, and you speak without words. I will not sell myself cheaply again. Caleb sees the answer in your eyes. He nods once, a simple gesture that feels like sealing a vow. The structure lets out one final moan, a deep, guttural sound from its metallic lungs. It is the last breath of the life you lived before knowing your worth. A giant fracture rips through the deck. The structure begins its final descent. Caleb steps back from the edge and motions to the only remaining intact platform, a narrow section of metal still connected to an emergency ladder leading upward toward the storm-lit sky. This is your exit, he says. Not escape. Rebirth. You run with him across the tilting deck. The angle steepens. Water crashes across the surface in violent waves. Metal collapses behind you, swallowed instantly by the ocean. You cling to the ladder and climb as the entire structure finally breaks apart, torn into pieces by the full rage of the storm. You climb higher. Higher, higher still. Rain blinds you. Wind lashes your skin. Lightning illuminates the world in brief, painful truths. But you keep climbing until you reach a small upper platform, the final remnant of this structure that is not yet surrendered to the sea. From here you watch the entire building collapse beneath you, pulled into the dark water like a memory you no longer owe anything to. The storm begins to quiet, not because it has stopped, but because you are no longer inside it. Caleb stands beside you, watching the ocean reclaim the ruins of your former self. You cannot rebuild, he says, until the old version has sunk. His voice carries both the grief of endings and the dignity of new beginnings. The wind softens. The lightning grows distant. The ocean slows its violent breathing. And in the silence that follows, Caleb speaks one final truth. From now on, your life costs full price. Something inside you settles an anchor you never had before, a certainty, a promise. You understand now. Your time is priceless. Your worth is non-negotiable. Your life belongs to you alone. You breathe deeply, the storm air filling your lungs with a cold, awakening clarity. The final remnants of the structure sink beneath the waves, disappearing entirely into the black water. The storm fades into a quiet glow, and Caleb steps toward the light. He doesn't look back, he doesn't need to, because the person who sold themselves too cheaply is gone. You stand alone on the last surviving platform, not in fear, but in sovereignty. You have become too valuable to drown. Time stretches before you like a new horizon. A horizon you will protect. A horizon you will choose. A horizon that finally belongs to someone who knows their worth. If something inside you feels ready to rise from the storm, if you feel the pull to build the life that matches your true value, then continue this journey. You know the path. And when you're ready to take the next step into your own strength, I'll be waiting in the next story, in the next silence, in the next awakening,